We all know that playing in the mountains, we need good gear. Good gear can actually make or break a backcountry experience. And if you're packing llamas, good gear is essential. In this video, we're going to look at some vital backcountry pack equipment for your next adventure. Hey folks, Dennis Duenas here. I'm with Montana Llama Guides. We're an outfitting guides service that uses pack llamas as support for mountain adventures. If you're new to llama packing or even new to this channel, please consider subscribing down below. Hit that bell to be notified every time we upload a new video, because we're going to be starting putting out information as your resource on llama handling, llama packing, wilderness stewardship, ethics. We'll do a lot of gear reviews on the best gear that we can find that we use in the mountains as an outfitter. So consider subscribing to us. And if you have specific comments on what you would like us to cover, go ahead and make some comments down below. Let's go ahead and get started and look at some saddles. I've had the opportunity to look at a lot of different gear, a lot of different saddles. Anything from this saddle here that's got these fixed paddles here that kind of pivot. Oh, super heavy. Progressed into, I think I used these, somebody gave them to me and I was like, oh, I'm not sure what this is supposed to do. It didn't look like it had pads, maybe use a blanket. So some of this stuff I've collected over the years. Here's an Al Ellis design. Al Ellis was out of Wyoming as an outfitter. Be careful those poking in the eyeball. And then we also have a Sopris type saddle, wooden slats here. Pads are supposed to fit here. So after looking and going through a lot of different saddles, there's one company that has got great new sign, is Black Thunder Llama Gear. So let's take a look and get more in depth to the Black Thunder backcountry llama gear. Points up here are where we adjust the width of the saddle pads, or the paddles here. So for different weight llamas. Now a true llama, we should be able to feel the spine of the llama. And so on either side, we should have a ridge like this. If we have a llama that's like this, pretty overweight. If we have a llama that's back is like this, pretty underweight. Ideally, we're in this span right here for llamas. So with the paddles, we're able to move and adjust so these can go on multiple llamas. Once we get the llama there, we take a crescent wrench, tighten these up here, and that's how we make these adjustments. Now these horns are really critical, and we'll talk about the panniers, or the llama's packs, the panniers how they load onto this. But this is a brush-coated steel that we have here. This then is attached with industrial strength rivets to aluminum paddles, up the frame to the pack. Underneath here, we've got our padded system, and this padded system allows you to come right off, wrapped in 400 Denier ripstop nylon. There is a sleeve here that allows you to add more padding if you wanted to, or sculpt it to really fit to your particular llama. Industrial strength Velcro on here, so you're guaranteed it's not going to come off. Really easy to put back on. We're just going to line the Velcro up. There are these tabs here that fit through the aluminum paddles. Paddles here. Now, it's coming off the paddles, we have our cinches. So head forward. Head forward, this is the bungee cord that we have to string llamas together, so the knots on the front are going to indicate head is forward. It's very important that this goes head forward or on the llama correctly, because when we look at the cinches, this is going to be the front cinch that comes off. This back cinch is actually at an angle. And so as it comes back at an angle, the llama's cut high in the flank, and we want that to wrap right underneath the belly. And we'll talk about the cinches here in a second. But it's really important to have a good fit and a good understanding of this saddle, but all saddles. So be sure to subscribe to our channel here, because we'll have a how-to on using these saddles and actually saddling them on a llama. So be sure to look out for that. Unique application to this saddle is we have these top load straps. These top load straps are a different color. They are gray, so they will marry together. And head forward on a llama allows us to open up these top load straps and lay gear. Let's call it a tent. Let's call it a chair, a table. Allow us to put this in between here with the head forward and us come over top of this here and actually cinch it down. Really unique design. I really am really excited about that. But be sure to follow our video on our pack llama because we'll demonstrate all of this. Now on to the cinches. The cinches are a really nice wide cinch with D-rings on each side. What's really neat about these is that it has a keeper leash in between. Now, as I mentioned before, as we saddle this front cinch is going to be up and down straight with the llama. This one's actually going to be at the back and going to go off at an angle. As that comes around, we want to make sure we have proper adjustment between the front cinch and the back cinch. Now this here, and we'll get into this in our next video, but as far as proper placement, the withers, head forward, the withers will sit right here. This cinch will ride right underneath and behind the legs and then come up and around here. This one here will attach to the side and just run right along the belly of the llama and then attach to the other side. So I'll attach these now. And so all we're doing is taking these buckles and run it through the D-ring and back to itself. And then as those come here, they're going to go up and underneath the llama and we'll attach it to this side. Okay, now we're going to move to the front breast collar. Head is forward now on our llama. So the breast collar is a nice design. Comes around the front of the llama. So we're going to take it around the front of the llama and come back over here and clip it here. Now on this breast collar, again, equal distance here. We want that to pull from right around the brisket or the chest of the llama versus up around the neck. So we want that to really pull down. So we do have a keeper leash that comes over top of the neck and we'll clip into this side. And this will reduce this breast collar from sliding down into the feet. So when we move to the back, instead of a britchin typically will go around the rump of an animal. So like mules use a britchin. They're going to run down behind the rump. This actually is a crupper, and a crupper, what the difference is this is actually going to go underneath the tail. When a llama walks, that llama is going to usually walks with its tail up. And as it goes up on the tail, we want to put a little bit of pressure here with this crupper, just barely touch the tail. Likewise with the breast collar, when we put this on, and we'll go through that in our video, we just want to put a little bit of pressure on the front and the back. The purpose of this is when we're going downhill and we're walking downhill, all that weight's going to go forward. We want to make sure we've got a really nice tight fit on the front, on the back, a little bit looser, but it holds the catches on the belly, and this just kind of disperses all the weight moving forward and catches it on the crupper and on the tail. On the flip side of that, going uphill, as the llama starts going up, this is going to actually, when the load wants to roll back, this actually catches it up on the chest as he moves through that. On this overall kit is running about 8.5 pounds for the saddle. That is cinches, the breast collar, the crupper, and the paddles, the pads, everything's running about 8.5 pounds. Now, we got saddles, and that's only part of it for a llama. With saddles, we need panniers. A lot of people call them packs or panniers. And the panniers are what we're going to load, we're going to put on the llama, and that's where we're going to put all of our backcountry gear in there, good food, extra clothes, comfortable sleeping bag. All that's going to go, kid toys. All that's going to go in the panniers, coming right up. Hey folks, here to talk to you about Black Thunder's panniers for llama packing. Really excited about these. Been packing llamas for a long time, and as a commercial guide, I spent hundreds and hundreds of miles on the trail. And really excited about these panniers. So I'm looking for durability, I'm looking for ease of use, and these are definitely it. On the front beginning of the pannier, we've got on this side here, this is where it goes against the llama. We've got these two horn loops here. These horn loops are used with a 2-inch slider. These sliders allow you to generously put it over the horn, right? Here's our horn for this llama saddle. It's going to go over here, and then we can tighten those up there. In the center, we have a handle. And then also in the center, we have a overstrap that's attached, stitched in here, structurally sound as an overstrap. This overstrap is really neat because what it allows us to do is that we have two panniers here. One's going to come this side, one's going to come over the other. And then we've got a buckle on each side here. And snug up. This one's going to come to the other side. So imagine the saddle is in between here, and we'll show you that in our video coming up. But that allows us to really get a good proper fit with these overstraps, and it really takes the load and it sucks it down into and closer to the body to build. So we'll start to dive into the other features of these panniers. As we move around here onto the front, unique design is having the flap here being secured with buckles actually coming up and clipping on top. So the material here is a Shelter-Rite poly-coated fabric. So the fabric is extremely abrasion resistant. It's very lightweight, durable, very abrasion resistant, and this material is waterproof. We got a generous mesh pockets. These generous mesh pockets hold up to 3 Nalgene bottles if you wanted. So that means that you could stuff a jacket into there. It's very durable poly mesh. It does allow for draining. You know, it gets wet. Stuff can get into there. Panniers are going to run 19.5 inches long, 16.5 inches high, and about 11.5 inches deep. So very roomy with the oversized pannier. Here is articulated. It is oversized with a little roof top to cover up these mesh here. Kind of sheds off some water so that we don't have to get that. As we come here, if you find out in most backpacks, so a backpack that we put on, you know, the top load backpacks will have a collar that comes up. And a lot of other panniers that I've used in the past have all been collars that come to keep things together. So with Black Thunder, I really like this unique system in the sense that we've got these mesh, again, same type of mesh here, durable mesh flaps here that come together with a buckle so we can load some stuff up. We're going to put some gear in here. We're going to put some sleeping bags, put some jackets, some clothes, put it up here. But we can compress that down, so we're really ever going to compress down. Another one that folds over top. I like this big flap here. Get that. So what it does is it sucks everything in really nice and neat. And that's really important when we're packing, is that we want to have everything really compact. We don't want a lot of things moving around on the inside of the pannier. Awesome design. Love it. Traditionally, you're going to see folks have used buckets, and so sleeping bags will go inside without a bucket. But when we start looking, these things are going to slide right in here. Lots of room. Lots of room in these as I move them over. As you can see, we've got lots of room in here. So we appreciate you sticking with us as we go over the basics to llama packing. If you're new here, we've covered some saddles. We're looking at Black Thunder panniers, some of the gear we recommend. So be sure to subscribe to our channel here below. Click the bell to be notified the next time we upload a video, because we are going to do a sequel to this on how to pack